And as always, it is a pleasure being with you each and every morning. From wherever you're watching us from, thank you very much for being part of this conversation. If at all you're just joining us, this is Why in the Morning. My name is Ram Aguko. You're just in time for the next conversation of the day, and it's all about matters concerning cancer. And on this particular conversation, I am joined by Moses Omondi. Now, he has a very interesting story. He's a bone cancer survivor. He's a youth, of course, and I'm a team member for the Global Week for Action on Non-Communicable Diseases right here in Kenya. Bwana Moses,
yes.
Karibu sana.
Asante.
You're well.
I'm good.
Thank you for finding time to join me this morning.
Thank you.
And as always, we appreciate your feedback from wherever you're watching us from. The hashtag, as always, is Why in the Morning. At Ram Maguko is where you can find me. At Michelle Ashira, my colleague's handle. And the station handle is at Y254 channel. The hashtag, as always, is Why in the Morning. Head over to Facebook also if at all you'd like to be part of this conversation, and drop in your comments on the comments section, because we've made a post there on Facebook on the comment section below. Regardless of whatever has been posted there, just be part of this conversation. Remember, we shall sample your feedback as you continue, with this particular program. It is Matters Health. Now, Moses, before we talk on we talk a lot and touch base on so much, tell us about what you do. And I'm really interested in getting to know your story also. How did it all start? It's quite interesting because it is in the year 2014, well in Form 2, that he was told that, hey, you know what? You've got cancer. Imagine if it was you. Moses,
yes.
Tell us.
Okay. For what I do, I work at Non-Communicable Disease Alliance of Kenya. It's an umbrella organization for the groups that deal with the non-communicable disease. So like we host cancers, diabetes, they're all under non-communicable disease Alliance of Kenya.
Okay.
And I'm part of the team there. And for this month, we have like an activity. It's called a Global Week of Action that we've been planning. And for my story, I can say that I was diagnosed back in 2014, while still at a young age, still in high school. So I had a lot of questions, like why me? At such a young age, you have this disease that at the back of your mind. All along, I knew that this was a disease for the rich, So
that's what you believe?
Yeah, that's what I used to believe back then.
That cancer is a disease
cancer
for the rich?
Yeah. So I was wondering, like, why me? I had a lot of questions. And back then, I was under the care of my parents, so I used to go with my father for clinics. So all the information was passed through him.
So if I get you right, you're in Form 2? Boarding or
it was a day school?
A day school.
Roraka High School.
And how exactly did you get that information? Tests were being done in school? What led to you actually getting such kind of a diagnosis?
Okay, at first, it just started like a simple pain around the knee, a sharp pain. So one day, while at this assembly, I fainted. And then I was taken to a hospital, and X-ray was done. From there is when we were referred to Kiambu Hospital, then to Kenyatta, a long process. And when the doctor saw the results, a biopsy test was done, just to know, like, to be sure what was going on. It took like a month. And then when
to get the results?
To get the results. So I was in the hospital and then discharged. By then I was at Kenyatta Hospital, and then discharged, and then I went back for the results. And now there is when the news was broken to us. I was with my father, and we were told that your son has cancer, and the only solution here is amputation because the swelling was big.
So, Moses, at what part of the knee did you feel that sharp pain?
Okay, at the front.
The front.
The front part.
Part of the knee.
But it used to affect the whole knee. So
both legs?
The right leg.
The right side.
Yeah. So it used to swell, and the knee used to ilikuwa inakuja inakuwa fupi.
Fupi?
Yeah. the swelling inakuwa kubwa and the knee gets short. So it used to suck the blood in the body and the swelling continues being big like that.
When you say inakuwa fupi, in terms of the length from from your hip to your toe?
Yeah, in terms of the length, because now all the masses, all the like the skin ilikuwa ina stretch. So when it stretches outside, it comes inakuwa fupi.
Sasa mguu mmoja itakuwa fupi kuliko ingine?
Yeah. It reached a point that I couldn't even walk. So I used to, like, my father akanijengea like a crutch that I used to walk around with, because the right knee haikuwa inaweza kuguza chini.
Now this was before you went to hospital?
Yeah.
And meanwhile, how was the reception, especially from your father and your relatives, friends and family upon such news? How was it?
Okay, I can say that they were very supportive, especially my family, because they were there with me the whole journey. Yeah. My mother used to work in Westlands, so she used maybe to sacrifice her time on a daily basis to come and see me in the hospital. Same with my father, and so my father took the initiative of caring for me, going to the hospitals, the clinics, all those. It was my father who did that. So I can say that the support was great, because my siblings were still in high school. So they used to come during the weekends, maybe on Saturdays and Sundays.
You and your siblings were all in high school?
And then I'm the third born.
You're the third born?
Yeah, I'm the third born. A family of 6. So the elder brother, they'll call me Malza Shule, but from our second born, I think he was in Form 4, I was in Form 2, and the others were behind me. Oh. So the only time that they could come was during the weekend, but they were supportive, very, very supportive. Okay. Same with my colleagues, my friends from school, and the teachers, they were very, very supportive, because they used to come during the weekend also and just see me. Even after I was discharged and I went home, they still continued coming, just visiting, giving me that moral support.
And how was it for you getting such kind of information, especially at that point when you were told that they have to amputate your legs? Did you expect that kind of information concerning, in a fura, in a shrink, in a fura, in a shrink? And at what point did you get the information? Was it when you were admitted, while you're still in the hospital bed?
Okay, at first I went, and when I was admitted, they did the biopsy test, and the doctor told us that the results will take a while, so we don't want your hospital bill to pile. So we'll just discharge you, go home, and when the results are out, you come back. Yeah.
So you're not fully admitted?
I was not like fully. I was admitted for like 3 months. The results were the biopsy test was done, and then I was discharged. Okay. And then I went back. So when I got the results is when I was nikariadmitiwa in the hospital. There is when the results were given to us. It was shocking news, at such a young age, being told that you are diagnosed with cancer, bone cancer.
I'm sure all sorts of things were running through your mind.
Through my mind. I was depressed. I started crying. So my dad is the one who came and talked to me and told me that this is not the end of life, it's just the start. The important thing is that you'll be alive, and for something like a leg or an arm, you can get a prosthetic, you'll be okay. So just go through it. And there is when I got the courage and I went through the operation.
Because I'm sure coping up was difficult.
Very, very difficult.
Because all your life you've been used to living in a particular way. But now you have to adapt and change.
Yeah.
How was it coping?
It was very, very difficult. In fact, after amputation and I was okay, I went back to school. A school where you are the only person who is amputated. The others are okay. You see now the challenge there. You walk in this corridor, someone is looking at you like they're wondering what is happening. So it was very, very stressful and depressing. But as time went by, I got used to it. And my classmates, they were there, they were supportive. They used to help me, talk to me, the moral support. And that is what got me through that.
You know, for many, they go through stigmatization. You know, the stigma that is there. Everyone looks at you, and you walk through town, you go to class, the teachers, your fellow students, there's a way they look at you.
Yeah.
And I don't know how, if that was true for your case. They look at you and you can be able to read. It's like they're talking through their eyes.
Through the eyes. Yeah. I've experienced that. It was very, very difficult. But the good thing is I accepted myself. That's the first step. If you accept yourself is when others will accept you. But if you don't accept yourself, you'll be depressed.
And you know, for many who are watching, there's some who have cancer and are watching you today. What would you tell them, regardless of the environmental factors? Because for you, it was good that you had parents who are supportive, and you had friends who are supportive. But there is someone there who doesn't have any of the two.
True. And first, I can say that maybe it was a blessing for me to get this cancer, and
you
that's
see it
why
as a blessing.
I am here today to give hope to someone else out there. You know. So what I can say is that just be strong. Be strong. Cancer is not a death sentence. Just be strong. Have that courage. Talk to someone. You know, if you are able, just join a support group, because that is what worked for me. I joined several support groups that we used to talk, share your story. You know, the moment that you share your story is when you feel relieved. You let everything out. And if you share your story and there is someone else there with the same story or worse than yours, you will feel like mine is nothing. You know, and you'll get that hope, and you'll be like, just share, just open up, talk to someone. And that's why we talk about these NCDs. Just talk to someone. Like for mental health cases, people are depressed, people are dying. If you can just find someone to talk to, have a conversation with, open up, everything will be okay.
Now, and that's what we're having this week.
And that's what we have this week.
So what is this week? What exactly are we planning for this week? What should we be looking out for?
Okay, this week we'll be celebrating, like, it's a global week for action on NCDs. It just says on its own, global week for action on NCDs. Like, it's a global event that there will be a lot of action and activities.
What activities should we be looking out for here?
For Global Week of Action, it's all about trying to reduce the burden of NCDs globally. Those are non-communicable disease, and increase health and equality. So for this week, we have like several events. We'll be having like the radio interviews, TV interviews, just talking about the week. And also we have, we'll be having a webinar on 9th. So
that is 9th of September, this week.
This week on 9th. That will be on a Thursday. So people can join us on that. If you want more information, log on to our social media pages. That is NCD Alliance, all across the social media pages. And for Global Week of Action, we have something called a Voice of Change.
What is that?
Voice of Change is you go there, you express what you want the government to do for you, or what do you want to see changing. So we have a competition on that. So you just log on to actonncds.org and just express what you feel about non-communicable disease.
Anybody can do it.
Can join. You can just express. You can just have your voice of change there, and for that you can take a screenshot and share all along your social media handles, and there's something good at the end of that.
So it's all about getting the information out there.
Yeah.
You know, everyone coming to just talk about the same thing from their different perspectives. Globally.
Yeah.
So it's a global event.
It's a global event. Non-Communicable Disease Alliance of Kenya is part of that. So it's a GWA, Global Week of for Action on NCDs.
Now, as we wrap this conversation up, I would like you to speak to that Kenyan youth who is watching you today in regards to all of this, just in a nutshell. I know that you've been actively involved in sensitization, especially in regards to cancer. And this is something good that we are expecting this week. So within just 30 seconds, have a final word.
Okay. My final word, I can say that to a Kenyan youth, now it's tough. NCDs are on a rise. So just take care of yourself, be active, just do a lot of exercise, watch your diet, because those are some of the risk factors for NCDs. Being inactive, excessive consumption of alcohol and tobacco, you know. So let's be active, let's watch our diet, and together we can reduce the burden of NCDs in Kenya, because no action is small and no action is big.
You know, it's quite interesting what you said there. People don't know such how their lifestyle can actually affect their overall welfare.
Yeah. You know, your health is your number one office. If you're not okay, you can't do anything. Watch your health.
Wonderful.
If you're a healthy nation, healthy people is a healthy nation.
A healthy people is a healthy nation.
Yeah.
Moses, thank you so much for finding that journey. And I'm sure there's so much that you've not touched on, but I wish you the best. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it.
Thank you.
You know, at the end of the day, we are reaching out to so many people out there, and we are changing the perspectives, the mindsets, the stigma, the fear, and the panic that is outside there. We are bringing that influence. So keep it up.
Thank you so much. And if you want more information on that, just go on our social media pages, NCD Alliance. Twitter is NCD Alliance Kenya, Facebook NCD Alliance 2013, and Twitter is NCD Alliance.
NCD Alliance.
You'll get all you need.
And are you on social media?
Yeah.
How can people find it?
I'm on social media. Facebook is Moses. For Twitter is Moses Omondi 01.
Wonderful.
And for IG is Moses.Omondi_.
Asante sana.
Thank you so much.
God bless you for coming. I appreciate it.
Karibu.
That brings us to the end of this conversation on this particular issue on cancer awareness. Head over to their handles, as they have said, and their website, and follow. Catch up with the conversation. Join in these particular events. Let us create awareness. Thank you so much for being part of the conversation. Keep it going on our Twitter handle. The hashtag is Y254 at Ramaguko and that Y254 channel. We still have more in store for you. Meanwhile, we're taking a short break. We'll be back in a bit. This is Y in the Morning.